The SCA, Society for Creative Anachronisms, was founded over 40 years ago in Berkeley, California. Basically a bunch of philosophy and history students got together and decided to have a bit of a medieval afternoon with a tournament followed by a feast and games. And everyone enjoyed themselves so much that they decided to do it again the next month, and then again the next month, and it grew in popularity and has just expanded to become a worldwide society, the worldwide society it is today. The SCA is geared to cater to pretty much all levels of interest, from the die-hard, we want to live the medieval experience, through to people who just like to wear funny clothes on the weekend and fight and catch up with friends.
Oh, see, I think you'd be a slave.
Any skill that you have in what we refer to as mundane life, anything that's not medieval, can be of use in the society. You don't need any particular skills to enjoy it. If you have no skills at all, that's fine. There are people in the society that are just willing to teach. Like, if there's anything that you want to learn how to sew, learn how to cook, once again, woodwork, metalwork, armouring, how to fight, to do plays, there's astrology, herb law, there's a list as long as your arm of things in the society you can do, and there's people out there that are willing to teach that. If you want to learn how, someone will teach you. There's so much to learn. It's a society of learning, more than anything. Instead of just reading about it in books, we like to just do it and see.
I'm doing buttered wurts. We're just going to steam the veggies and then heat them with a little butter right at the end. Buttered wurts is a very classical medieval dish. If we were living in a period, we would have had servants. I don't have a scullery maid, so I had to do it myself. But instead of using a boy on a spit to make the spit turn, I'm using a modern stove. The same as sewing. We don't have sewing maids to do our sewing for us. We use a sewing machine. That's our equivalent of our servants, the modern inventions.
One of the big draw cards of the SCA is the fighting. People see it. It's loud. There's crashing. There's swords. People in armour, surcoats. It's all very dramatic, and it's really quite it's a big draw card. It's the first thing people generally see at a display. You fighting, people hear the crashing and the war cries and things, and they come and look. We don't use steel weapons. We use rattan cane, the stuff they make like cane furniture out of. The theory being that it will break before a bone will, but I'm not willing to test that theory. Because it's rattan cane, it wears out, it eventually breaks, so you have to know how to make a new one. Swords, axes, great swords, glaives, pikes, pole axes, maces. There's a whole selection of medieval weapons that we recreate with the rattan cane. Some of them hit harder than others, and they're referred to as mass weapons. They're good fun to play with. I fight with a glaive myself, and yeah, some people are actually quite scared of them.
Yeah, I remember him.
You generally make your first suit of armour. You go out, get yourself a big sheet of steel and some patterns off the internet, or you get them off another armourer, or someone within the group can train you to do these sorts of things, and you make these, well, very effective but not very pretty suits of armour. That all the armour has to be made to certain spec, special armour requirements needed before you can go onto the field. That's all inspected by a marshal, and if your armour doesn't come up to society standards, you won't be allowed to fight. Yeah, there's nothing better than being in the fort, and there's like the gateway, and they've got what's called cattle crush, which are two sort of low walls just inside. Like there's your door, and then there's two low walls, and it's called the cattle crush. And being posted behind the cattle crush and sitting there with guys, they're just holding their shields up like that just to make the wall a bit higher. And someone up in the tower going, "Right, they're advancing!" And you can't see anything, and you're just sitting there waiting, and you can hear the clank, 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 clank of the armour, and it's like, alright, come on, come on. And you see arrows flicking in through the doorway. It's like, yeah, it's all good, I'm cool. And you go, yeah, there's about 6 of them! They're 6 wide, 4 deep! Right, yeah, right, 6 wide, 4 deep, right, that... Okay, that worked out. Okay, there's like 24 of them out there. Okay, that's a good start. That's a real good start. You're just waiting, and you haven't even seen anything yet, and your adrenaline's just pumping. And they go, right, they're breaching the wall, and then you just and you hear all the crashing outside, and you sit there waiting, and someone will stick their head around the corner, and you go, whoop, and hit them, and then you just step back and wait again. Oh, it's awesome fun. I love fort battles. The big crash, and people are on top, and bodies falling over, people getting stepped on. Oh, get off me, shut up, you're dead. And oh, I love them. They're just the best fun in the world. Like, the ultimate goal, like in the Society for Fighters, is to get more people fighting in armour, because the more people there are in a war, the more fun war becomes. I mean, yeah, you know, when you've got 15 guys a side, I mean, that's fun, but you know, you've got 250 guys a side, I mean, that's insane. The sort of people that are attracted to the society are everything from professionals, lawyers, and doctors, accountants, mechanics. It doesn't really matter what you do in your mundane life. It's the love of the society that brings you together. But one of the probably the common threads is we were always the strange kids at school. I mean, at school we were geeks. Well, we're still geeks. It's just now we're geeks with really big swords.